Guys, what is up? Denver here. I want to come out with a quick solid guide on how to win all of your kickoffs, or at least the majority of them. This can be crucial when it comes to winning your games, as it gives your team a higher chance of winning if you can consistently win your kickoffs. So let's jump into it. The first thing to know when it comes to kickoffs is that they are not luck-based and are 100% a mechanic that players can manipulate. Much like any 50-50 challenge, they rely mostly on how you're positioned when you're making your touch into the ball. I can also come out with a video later on how to win and or manipulate 50-50s to be more in your favor when it comes to midfield play. A quick and easy example of this is here. So when the player hits the ball too much to one side of the ball during the kickoff, the ball will want to spill out going into the side that the player was weak to. Likewise, if the player makes contact with the ball too low, then the ball will want to spill out going up into the air and more often than not going over the player. So with this being said, the obvious and ideal place to make contact with the ball is directly in the middle off of kickoffs anyways. There are times where higher level players will purposely lose the kickoff to one side or the other in order to gain possession immediately, but for our purposes, we'll concern this guide with how to win kickoffs outright. So the next thing to address is how you get to the ball off of kickoffs. While the most important thing is to hit the ball dead center, if the opponents are beating you to the ball, you will simply more often than not lose the kickoffs. A lot of beginners and even some higher level players will simply just boost and drive into the ball off of kickoff. While this may work at some of the lower ranks, you can typically expect to lose your kickoffs if you're doing this in higher ranked lobbies. The key is to flip once during your approach and again into the ball when you're taking the 50-50. I will say that there is some timing to this, and if you're incorrectly flipping in your approach, then you can also expect to usually lose these kickoffs. For corner kicks, you want to be initiating a corner flip towards the ball right before you reach the first small boost pad. For the two symmetrical positions with a somewhat direct path to the ball, you want to slightly angle your approach towards the closest boost pad and corner flip towards the ball just before hitting the pad as shown here. For the furthest away position with the most direct path, you can simply boost forward and make a front flip in between the first and second boost pads in your approach. As long as you're hitting supersonic as soon as possible, you should be fine. Also, remember to release boost when you're making your front flip. There's basically the fundamentals of how to win your kickoffs, and a good way to, ingrain this into your muscle memory for every kickoff. Just a disclaimer, you will mess this up quite a bit when you're first starting it out, but I believe it's better to start learning it and failing as soon as possible, so that way when you hit the higher ranks, you are executing your kickoffs in a good manner and you're winning them for the most part. Ideally, at least that's the goal. So a good way to practice these is to hop in free play. You want to uncheck unlimited boost. Here it's the first option in the first tab. Uncheck that and just reset the ball and do your kickoff, right? So just go ahead, hit it, and then just reset your ball and then hit the next one. This way you can consistently get all of the kickoff positions. Good. And you can repeat this. I remember when I was first learning this, I would do this for like an hour at a time. Wouldn't even play any like actual game modes. I would just do this for a little bit and then work on mechanics for the most part. And that was crucial when it came to especially playing ones. But even in twos and threes, especially in threes, I feel like even at the higher ranks, threes players aren't really focused on their kickoffs as much as like ones and twos. So that's a really easy way to get free kickoff goals. So yeah, I definitely encourage implementing something like this into your gameplay very regularly. Learn these kickoffs a little bit more. There is a speed flip kickoff, but I feel like, for the purposes of this video, we should probably just stick with the simple basic kickoff, right? Messed that up pretty bad. I can go over the speed flip in a later video. It's basically, that was a botched setup. Basically, you're doing not a delayed corner kick. Maybe I can't remember exactly what it's called, but you're essentially delaying your corner flip, where you're hitting your corner flip but then holding back in the opposite direction. Flip cancel. There you go. Yeah, I know terms. Don't worry. But you're basically flip canceling your corner flip in a way that allows your wheels to touch the ground sooner than a regular corner flip. Anyways, we can get to that in a future video, but for this video I just want to stick to the fundamentals. Remember to not boost during your front flip on that kickoff, the straight back one, but boost through your flips on these ones. Because you're corner flipping, your boost is actually still pointing you in the direction of the ball, more or less. That's why you're angling it the way you are. So you want to make sure you're continuing to boost during the flips on all of the kickoffs except for when you're doing the front flip one in the very back position. So yeah, that is my quick guide on how to win your kickoffs. Just make sure you're hitting dead center of the ball and you're timing your flips perfectly, or as close as possible as you can, and you will basically start to learn and see that you're gonna basically just be winning most of your kickoffs if you're doing this correctly. Also, one note with boost management: if you want to win all of your kickoffs or give yourself the best chance to, you'll use all of your boost and then pick up that 1 or 2 small pads around kickoff right after when you're starting to recover. However, I know a lot of players do like to keep some of the boost and kind of gamble the chance of losing the kickoff but having more boost after kickoff so they can recover a little quicker. So you'll kind of get a feel for what to do and when to do it when it comes to your boost. But with that being said, that's the video. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. Make sure to like and subscribe if you found this helpful at all, and I hope you guys have a good day.